Hey everybody, I'm doing another video. This one's going to be showcasing CPS3 gameplay. One of the suggestions that came out of the other video was to force the aspect ratio on my television to avoid the issues when I'm trying to do the pixel scaling. And what happens is that when I force it, or when I try to change any arcade games into pixel scaling, it automatically stretches out the image into, I guess, the 16:9 ratio. So I went ahead and took their suggestion, and so now, I mean, the TV's forced at a 4:3, and we're gonna see how it affects the game. So I'm gonna start with Third Strike, and I just have the pixel scaling on. I think no scan lines or none of that stuff. I'm also recording this in 60 frames per second. Somebody was curious kind of how it ran. I have no idea about that stuff. I just know that if the game runs and if it does what I'm asking it to do, then I'm happy with that. I'm not really about all the frames and all that stuff. So because I know, I mean, it's an emulator running on an arcade stick, you know, so you get what you get. But this looks pretty good, I think. Let's change something up. Let's do the game image, smooth scaling, I guess. Let's check that out. See what that looks like. So like right there, the logo, it's like a lot blurry. It's kind of blurry. It's trying to smooth everything out. Here's a little bit of gameplay footage. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the smooth scaling. Let's go back to pixel scaling, because that's kind of what I've wanted. I mean, honestly, I kind of prefer the scan lines. I don't know why. It's kind of, to me, it kind of still cleans things up. I don't like seeing all those jagged edges, but I don't like the smooth scaling either. So it's kind of like a happy medium for me. But I think this looks right now. So you don't have to suffer when you're watching me play this game. You just kind of watch the attract mode. Get some of the motion, check it out. Okay, let's get out of that. So I'm gonna leave it where it's at. Go to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let's try that out. Again, let's just check out the CPS3 games running on the Arcade Stick Pro. Shit. I don't know if it has an attract. I'm sure it does. Cool thing is you get to hear it too. Cool. Alright. So there's JoJo. Let's do JoJo's Venture. wait for some gameplay footage, and then move on. Alright. Yeah, it's like almost the same crap. Alright, let's check out Red Earth. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go back, and I'm going to mess with some of the filters just so you can kind of see the difference. Going back to Third Strike also. I already have the button set up for that game too. Alright, so the first one I'm going to do is, you've already seen pixel scaling. So I'm just going to do, let's mess with the scan lines. Let's go ahead and go back. Let's start a game.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle. Well, I got you. Yeah, I've been waiting for it.
Alright, so right there we're going to look at that screen. Let's go back. Change the image to smooth scaling. Let's go back. So see how it's like really blurry? Looks like it's kind of scrunched in too a little bit. Smooth scaling, not a big fan. Go back to pixel scaling just so we can see the difference. It's a little wider, right?
Right now.
Not really see that. Game image. Yeah, it's a little wider. So this is kind of scrunched in. It's probably because I have the TV like forcing the aspect ratio, and on pixel scaling it's like trying to stretch it out. That's interesting. Let me go back then. So screen size, I guess we can fill it out. Game image, smooth scaling. Let me see if it does that. Yeah. So smooth scaling, we gotta stretch things out, and it'll just kind of go as the most it can go. Which sucks because I don't even know what's the right. Okay. Alright, so that's smooth scaling. Game image. Here's the horizontal scan lines. But the screen size, I guess just leave it like that. Notice how some of the, like the first start on the player 2 side is kind of cut off. So let me see if I can change that. Do the screen size. See if that changes anything. So that just scrunches it in, but the player 2 start still not showing up. And that's because I forced the aspect ratio to be the 4:3 or 4:3 or 4:3. Alright, so game image, scan lines, I'm going to keep that. Stretch it out. Yeah, player 2 still not showing, or it's cut off. Let's do. Somebody said they like this 45-degree scan line, which is crazy. There's no such thing. Who does that? Like what monitor has ever done that? Let's do this. I guess like just scrunch it in. Full screen, but in. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah, player 2 start still fine. This is a 45-degree scan. I'm trying to see if I can see okay, so let me go ahead and go back. One last, I'm not going to scrunch it in. Let's do that and pixel scaling. Here, so pixel scaling will get you the full, like the screen all fits nicely in the screen. Like you get the player 2 start, or press 2 start, press 2 player start, whatever.
Well, I got the picture.
So let me go back. Screen size. So this I'm scrunching it in. Doesn't change anything, I don't think. Okay. Full screen out. And everything's the same. So, just like if,
Go.
kind of like how I had it before, where I had the aspect ratio at 16:9. It was showing like it was going full screen, but I wasn't able to make any adjustments when I did pixel scaling. It's kind of the same thing here, but I'm forcing the aspect ratio, so I'm gonna get the pixel scaling, but at least I won't have to deal with the stretched out screen. So if you prefer pixel scaling, and a lot of people do, there's been a lot of videos and everyone that's talked about is preferred pixel scaling. So if you prefer pixel scaling on your arcade games, I would say if you have your Arcade Stick Pro in a dedicated input on your TV, just force that input, if you can, if your TV does it, to the 4:3 or whatever that's called, the 4:3, and that's how you'll be able to get your not only the filter you want, but also the right aspect ratio. So that's cool. That's a good thing. So thanks for the tip. I forget who sent it to me. That seems to work for me. Well, anyway, that's a quick demonstration of some CPS3 gameplay and a couple of tips on messing with the filters and stuff. So that's it, man. Oh, this was also recorded in 60 frames per second. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's something that I did here. I don't know if that's going to change anything with the way you see it or what, but it was suggested. Enjoy.